Make this thing work a little better here. Hey guys, how you doing? So let's see if we can get some better connection here because I just had a little bit of a bad connection. So if the connection is good, you can just chime in and let me know if the streaming is pretty good here. All right. So what we're going to do is going to basically go over and talk about how to remove time. Okay. So I just had a little bad interruption of the streaming here. So good. Hopefully everything is better. All right. So yeah. So I want to talk about time, right? So basically, I said before that in order for you or for any of us, to really create our true intentions, our true reality, we have to be in the present moment. Okay, and this all ties into how physics and science works when it comes to creating. Okay, the first concept that you, I, and all of you guys watching right now, you have to start to understand that you and everyone you're witnessing, we're all made from a base source of energy. Okay, energy with vibration frequency, and these energy vibration frequency emits through the perceptions of our brains. Okay, and these are what creates all these things that you're seeing right now are basically pure energy or light, and we give them names. We call them quantum particles, atoms, protons, neutrons, electrons, and they all follow a certain pattern. So here's the first tip that we want to talk about: is that the universe has a default state that it always operates in, okay? That default state operates with electromagnetic frequency. So what is electromagnetic frequency? Electromagnetic frequency is basically the power that drives and creates everything. It's electricity, magnetism. Without electromagnetic frequency, universe couldn't exist. Okay? So your thoughts are powered by this. Everything you bring in is powered by this. Okay, so these frequencies have two wavelengths. Okay, we have what we call the high realm, high electromagnetic frequency. Basically, it moves at a faster bandwidth. This is because if you're thinking or focusing on anything that makes you feel good or on your desires, then you're operating in that high frequency range. All right. Then there's the other frequency, which is the low bandwidth, and that is when you start to feel worry, fear, distracted. This moves at a slower bandwidth, okay? So if you notice, whenever you're in a rut or you have bad times, look how long it takes. It says, oh man, why am I going through this tough time? It takes so much longer. Notice that when you're in the zone or you're moving really fast, things are going great in your life, it goes fast, right? That's how the frequencies work. Now, everything, okay, that you're learning, these frequencies, let's go back to the universal default state. That default state operates in the high frequency, right? So if you're feeling good, focusing on what you want, you're automatically in that default state, right? Now, here's the tip. The default state only exists in the present moment, okay? Now, that's where time comes in. Now, as I said before, once you're locked in the present moment, miracles can happen because you're connected to your higher self and you're connected with the flow of the universe. You can win things just like this lottery check here, or win anything. Your higher self now tones in, shows you, gives you the nudges and examples. Like I did today, went, bought a $10 ticket, $1,000, or anything of that sort. It could get you to business, your soulmate, home, whatever you just want. It's a key formula. But the reason a lot of individuals really fail to create, basically, it's because they're fooled and conditioned with linear time. Okay, the thinking mind time format. So the thinking mind time works in a linear set. So why does time exist? What's the purpose of it? Okay, time exists in a linear format. We made it up because it serves the practical purposes of our lives. It's a linear structure for organizational. Okay. Without it, our ego couldn't function properly because linear time is what our ego needs in order to form an identity of who it thinks you are. What do I mean by that? Well, the thinking mind can only go as far back as the past, okay? So what it does, it goes into your past, okay? And it uses your past and brings all the things it thinks about you and brings it into the now and says, this is who you are. So this is why it creates that linear time. It has to create an identity as far as it can go back. Okay, so time is actually your biggest enemy. It's actually more powerful than your ego. because it actually gives you an illusion to make you believe that it's real. Okay, so how do we know it's not real? Well, we know this through physics, how particles operate, how they can be in superposition states, how they can be in multiple places at the same time, and also through theories that have been proven now, such as Albert Einstein's E equals mc squared. Okay, shows us how time formats and how it comes together, and now we know that everything happens in the now. So if you can get yourself in the present moment and learn to stay there, then you're in the now. You're where everything happens. You're going to get the answers because now you're operating in the universal state of default state, which is high frequencies, right? So how do you get there? Well, it's very simple. So simple, I'm going to teach you right now. Here's how it goes. Remember what I said. I said, if you focus only on what you want, okay, nothing opposite, you're automatically where? You have to be in the present moment because this is where those high electromagnetic frequencies operate. This is where your higher self in the universe exists. So the big tip is this. If you stay in the present moment by keeping your thoughts only on what you desire, anything that makes you feel good and nothing opposite, then you are on course to manifest. But if you allow your mind to come in and put you in a time concept of linear format, which says, taking too long, why can't we have it? Now you're out of the creative mind. Why does this happen? Well, it happens because of how we were conditioned. Your thinking mind is in love with linear time. It needs it. It's like a drug. It has to have it because without it, it feels it cannot survive. So it always puts you in. This takes how many time to do this? It's 2 months. It's 3 months. We have to finish that in 1 week. You see, it's all over. It's in your whole world. You have this enough time. You check the clock at your work. It's time. Time for lunch. Time to get home. Traffic. See, your mind creates this loop. So it associates yourself with this linear time. But here's the big secret. It's not real. It's not physics. It's not the real quantum reality of how to create. It's just an illusion. And if you get in that mind, then you will lose your vibration or create that negative vibrational energy, and you delay and put away your distractions, okay, or your manifestation. So how does it work with the ego? Well, your ego uses that linear time format, okay, and it says you have to do things in a certain time. If you don't accomplish it, you fail. That's what the mind says. You can't do it, or it's going to take you too long. You're going to get too old, okay? By the time it happens. See, all those are illusions. Because the fact is, guys, quantum physics shows us how reality really works. It's in two states simultaneously, okay? The wave state and the particle state. So it depends on what you focus on, and you put yourself in those states, including the time concept. So if you allow your mind to say it's going to take too long, I'm going to get when I'm old, now you are attracting that state of reality, which will prove you to be true according to your subconscious mind. But if now you are learning that, wait a minute, Mark is telling me just to use linear time for practical purposes in my life, planning, using the thoughts to think, to create my desires, and then get back into the present moment, then I will create that. That's exactly what I'm saying, because that's how reality exists in states simultaneously. Remember, your subconscious mind now, it's not a judgmental mind. It's a mind, or it's a consciousness that uses energy and magnetism. It just picks up on what you attract. It just goes with what you put out. What are you thinking about the most? What you focus on the most? That mind is known as the prover. It must prove you to be true in all aspects, whether on the high scale or the low scale. So the tip for you guys to remove time is to be in the present by only focusing on what you want. Don't allow your mind to think of anything else. Also, to become an observer. Step out of the thinking mind, okay, and become in the now. How do you step out of the thinking mind? Well, it's very simple. You can do it. All you have to do is stop, take a deep breath, observe your thoughts. You're out of the thinking mind when you do that because you're watching your thoughts. Now, when you observe a thought that you don't like or a thought that lowers your vibration, go back into the thinking mind, isolate the thought, change to something that feels better. Try it. I guarantee you. Look how easy it is. Okay? If you practice this, now you start to disengage time. See, guys, once you can free yourself from the illusionary concept of linear time, what can stop you? There can be no doubt. You cannot fail because now you're not looking at years or months. You're in the now. And the irony of this, or the paradox of this, is that when you take time out of the equation, it comes faster, you manifest faster, right? So these are key points that you definitely want to keep in mind, you know. So keep in mind that you have to put these in order. Get the conscious to subconscious to become agreement, get you in the now. Okay, my website, www.markhaughton.com. This is what I designed and I created it for. The content is to do just that, get you to begin to understand how the mind works with science, with physics, with the power of energy dynamics, and then you will use it to open up your higher self. Okay, this is what I do when I do my personal coaching with my personal students. They learn this, they master it. I create a system, and they operate primarily with their higher self, which makes manifestation very easy. Because once I teach you how to disengage your ego, then it all makes sense. It comes together. Because that ego and time are the two greatest assets that will keep you there. Okay, so keep that in mind, right? So now you have a concept. Now you have the how it works. Okay, it's very simple, guys. Remember, everything works on this frequency level. So practice as much as possible to only keep your thoughts in the now. I just showed you how to do it. Okay, I guarantee you, if you do this, listen, let me show you how powerful this is. You don't even have to focus on your desires. All you have to do is focus on anything that makes you feel good. Okay, how does it work, Mark? Well, here's how it works. If you focus on anything that makes you feel good, okay, you automatically trigger high electromagnetic frequencies. Now, if you've been visualizing your desires, your subconscious mind now interacts with the higher self. The higher self already know what you desire based on your visualization. So that frequency of feeling good is a trigger. Okay, it triggers to your higher self now. Okay, now your higher self says, "Oh, this means the car. Oh, this means the job. This means the career. This means the business." See, it automatically puts you in a flux now of moving towards your desire. That's how very simple it is. So you don't necessarily have to always think or focus on your desires. All you have to do is anything that makes you feel a little bit better, and it raises your vibration, and you can manifest money, checks, lottery wins, etc. Career, soulmate, whatever you desire, because at the quantum scale of how reality works, it's already there for you. You don't have to push. You don't have to force anything now. Okay, that's all ego driven. That's all the egocentric part of the mind. That's how you think in mind. Let me show you something about your thinking mind. It's never going to stop thinking. That's what it was created to do. So what you can do, though, however, you can tell it what to think. Okay, instead of focusing on bad, you tell it to focus on the good. It takes practice, but it works because this is how it is. You were conditioned that way, so you can recondition it the opposite, right? Okay. So keep those tips in mind, guys. Now, also, I'm getting ready about the end of this month. I'm going to launch the online coaching platform, so you guys can take advantage of that. You can visit the website, www.markhaughton.com. And of course, the personal one-on-one coaching services is still available. I keep it quite limited now. If you're ready and you feel you're ready to master that part, get that personal mentorship, you can reach me either via the website or mhaughton76@gmail.com. Now, we can get you in and see what we can schedule you there. But you can also use many of these videos I put out. They're free. They're all over my channel. Put them together. You can help yourself. If you feel you need that personal push mentorship, that guide that can show you systematic, well, that's where you can also feel free to reach me. Now, those are the big tips. Remember, focus only on what you want. Anything that makes you feel good. Become the observer. Visualize it. And now you remove the time. You remove the resistance. And now you allow your higher self to do its job by guiding you, nudging you, giving you the wisdom, the vision, and put you in the right place at the right time. And you can manifest anything. Okay? And that's how the laws of physics work. All you have to do is put yourself in it, let the universe do its default state, and bring it to you through your subconscious, your higher self. All right, guys? So that's a tip for today, and I'll continue to put some more insightful content for you guys.